Hello grade 8, here is a video to show you how to use Excel to plot a bar chart and then plot a line graph. Here there are some features of Excel that are quite useful. I'm just going to show you in this video a few of those and we'll plot a couple of basic graphs. Okay, the first thing that we want to do is have a heading. Now this first graph is going to be a bar chart and I'm going to use some data that is discontinuous. Okay, so the data is not numerical. The different categories that we have are not numerical. They are called discontinuous. Okay, and what I'm going to look at is people's favorite color. So I'm going to put a heading in this box over here that says favorite color. Now, as you can see, that heading has now come over from column A into column B. Okay, I don't really like the way that that looks. Something that I could do is move this across and make column A bigger, and sometimes that's what students do. But then if you have a very long title, you're going to end up with a column that goes all the way across the screen. So instead of doing that, we want to tell the text to go on to the next line. So that's called wrapping text. Okay, so if we click on that square, and then the little button that I'm looking for is up here, and when you hover over it, it's got A, B, and then the C is on the next line, and it says wrap text. Okay, so if I just make this back to the size it was again, okay, and I wrap text, that should be all in one square. Okay. So I looked at everybody's favorite color, and what I want is the number of people that chose the different colors. Okay, so in box B, I'm going to put number of people. Okay, and again, it's gone over, so I'm just going to wrap that text in there. Okay, now my different categories of this categoric data, I had red, I had blue, I had green, and I had purple. And in my fictional group of people that I surveyed, okay, 10 people said that red was their favorite color, 15 people said that blue was their favorite color, 3 people said that green was their favorite color, and 2 people said that purple was their favorite color. Okay, so I have my data table. Now do be careful, because in science, as you know from your criteria B's and C's, we do expect that you have headings and units in these boxes. For these two categories today, there aren't any units, so I haven't put any in. Something that I also like to do, as well as wrapping text, is make my table look a little bit different from the rest of the screen. So I'm going to highlight it like this. Okay, so I just drag the cursor over it, and then I go to this box that looks like a window, and I'm just going to go like this so that I can see all of my data. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is to get Excel to plot a bar chart of this data. Okay, so I select it again. I always select from the top left box to the bottom right. It seems to work better. Okay, so I hold down my mouse in that box and then I drag it down so that all of that data is selected. And then I want to insert a chart. Okay, it doesn't call them graphs, unfortunately, it calls them charts. And over here, there's different charts that can be used. So you can have a recommended chart. Okay, it might come up with a good idea for you. Sometimes it doesn't. A column, which is really the one that we're going to be using for a bar chart. A line graph, a pie chart, sorry. It does say bar chart here, but I don't want horizontal bars. I want the vertical bars that we're used to. Area, or it could be a scatter graph. So I'm going to go for a column, and we're going to go for a 2D column. The great thing is, if you choose the wrong graph here, you can just delete it and try another one if it doesn't look right. Okay, that I think looks pretty good. So what I have is for the favorite color of red, I should have 10 people, and look, that bar is at 10. For blue, 15, and yes, that's at 15. For green, it should be 3, and yes, I can see that's halfway between 2 and 4, and purple is at 2. So my data looks right. The bars look about the right thing. It does give me information, but a few things that are missing, again, from your criterion B's and C's, are the headings and units. So from Insert, I'm going to click over here on Chart Tools underneath when I see Chart, and it gives me lots of options that I can do. So I can add a chart title, okay, and I'm going to edit the chart title because the one that we have right now is not very good. Okay, so what I want to say is this is the graph showing the favorite colors of a group of people. Okay, and I'm going to press OK. So graph showing the favorite colors of a group of people. Okay, on my x-axis I should have this title over here. Okay, so axis titles, primary horizontal, I'm going to go and edit that title and I'm going to say that should be favorite color. It doesn't like me using British spellings, I don't think. Okay, so I've got favorite color, and then on my y-axis there's no title at the moment, so I'm going to add another axis title, sorry. That's a vertical title. I'm going to edit vertical title and I'm going to say number of people. Okay, so now I have my graph. It has a title, it's a correct kind of graph, okay, it has headings, it would have units if units were applicable here, okay, and it matches, the graph matches the data in my table. Your task is going to be to create exactly the same graph as this. If you want to have slightly different numbers, that's okay by me.